Okay, so real quickly, I want to jump into some tips and some ideas, right? So I've been thinking about this because I get questions all the time. People ask me, like, how do you do this? And what's your... There's a few things. So if I had to list 5 tips, right? Mm-hmm. I'm going to say my first tip to anybody is everything you catch, bugs, fish, donate the first one to the museum. Always donate the first one to the museum. Here's why. You want to look at long haul on this thing, and you want to try to fill the museum up completely. And if you donate the first bug, fish, whatever, if you decide later on that, like, hey, I really do want to do this, then you can. If you miss and you don't do this, if you sell off the first day because you're trying to get bells, you're trying to be greedy and get as many bells as you can, what tends to happen is 3-4 months down the line, 5 months down the line, if you start playing this game seriously, you can't get those bugs and fish again. Like there's particular time frame on certain bugs and fish. Mm-hmm. And I'll be honest with you, there's certain fish, when I played New Leaf, I caught one time. And that's
wow.
it. You know what I mean?
I was just going to ask you that. Like, say I go in and I get a really rare bug. Mm-hmm. You got 2 choices, bells or donate. And I always donate.
Yeah.
I always donate.
Especially
if it's a rare.
Yeah, exactly. Tip number 2, right? If we're doing this, my second tip is buy everything out of the store. When you wake up in the morning, the first thing you should do is go right to Nook's Cranny, if it's available, whenever that becomes available, and you buy out the store. 2 reasons. Reason number 1, it creates a catalog for you where, let's just say hypothetically, right, I buy this microphone, right? They have this microphone in the store, and I buy it. What I do is I think about it immediately. Do I want it? Do I not? Right? I don't want it. I'm not going to use it right now. I sell it, right? It's a twofold process. You bought the money, you sold, right? Now what happens is it helps upgrade your Nook's Cranny quicker. Mm-hmm. And now you get bigger stores with more items in it. So now what happens is this. You're creating a catalog that, by the way, you can go to and reorder anything later on in the game. Mm-hmm. Not anything. There are certain items that you can't do that with, but majority of the items you can rebuy. So if you buy something, you sell it, you've done 2 things. 1, you've done a purchase transaction and you've done a sale transaction. Those 2 transactions accumulate, and when so much money has generated through the particular Nook store, they will upgrade to the next store. And that will allow you different things. And here's one thing. Once you upgrade to like the second or third store, it becomes like a convenience store that stays open super late. And then you could like sell late at night and all that stuff.
It's like you're stimulating the economy.
Exactly.
Yeah. Usually if I see something in the store, I'll do that. I'll buy it right away. Because even if I'm not sure, it's like you have options.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Let me ask you something now.
Okay, go ahead.
And this may turn into a tip. Mm-hmm. So someone new playing the game, it can be like a big challenge for them. How do I get bells fast? How do I get a lot of bells fast?
We'll get into that. Okay, so that's perfect question. Okay. Easiest way to get a lot of bells: fish, catch bugs. Now, don't just fish during the day. You need to carve out a little bit of time, either super early in the morning or a little bit late at night. Typically about 10 o'clock at night till about 5 o'clock in the morning are the premier top fish to catch. You're going to catch sharks. You're going to catch beetles. What you want to do is you want to catch as many as you possibly can. Sharks, beetles. Those things will run. Sharks will run anywhere from 10,000 bells to upwards of 16,000 bells a piece. Same thing with beetles, depending on which ones you get. The giant beetle, the golden stag beetle. These are top. Hercules beetle, elephant beetle. These are all ones you want. And trust me, you cannot miss them. They are massive. They're typically on palm trees. So you want to grow, you want to plant palm trees. The first opportunity you get to put on your beach palm trees, plant them. That's number 1. Because you want, those are the top beetles. Beetles are on trees, but they will not be in your town. They will not be on cedars and things like that. They are only on palm trees. That's the money trees when it comes to this. Step two is sharks they swim late at night. Occasionally you might get one in the middle of the day.
Yep.
It's rare. So anytime you see a fin, go for it. Those are the big things. So that's how you make a lot of money very quickly. Fishing is the key. Don't mess with the stock market. That's a fool's errand. You're not going to make a lot of money quick there. But if you want to make a lot of money quick, that's what I do, is I fish. So that's tip number 3. Tip number 4. How do you catch fish? Mm-hmm. You cast out, you try to cast to the front of the head, right?
Yep.
When you fish, you close your eyes. You do not fish watching the fish. You will always get nervous. It never fails. Especially when you get a big fish, you'll get nervous. There's 2 sounds. You fish to the sound. You hear a big splash, you hit the A button, boom, you got the fish. My success rate is probably 95 to 97% success rate by closing my eyes. Sounds stupid. Sounds dumb. Yes, it works.
That's actually true. I do get nervous.
Everybody does. When you see that big fish, you start to get like your palms get a little sweaty.
Especially sharks.
Yeah, palms get a little sweaty. You're just like, what do I do? That's what you do. And trust me, you will catch the fish almost every single time.
I like that.
I got one more tip. Final tip for this video that we're going to do. How do you catch scorpions? How do you catch tarantulas? Right? These are big money bugs. These are probably, I think, 12 to 15,000 bells each. You got to be careful because they will chase you. They will come after you, right? The easiest way to catch them is to put a pair of headsets on and listen. At a particular time of night, they're out, right? It's in the summertime. They're only out for about a month. And what you want to do is you put a pair of headsets on and you listen for their walking. They walk a particular way. It's when you hear that, you know that there's one near. Do not pull your net out until you are ready to go after them. If you pull your net out, they will chase you. Mm-hmm. The scorpion definitely chase you. I don't know. I think the tarantula will just come after you no matter what. But wait, be patient. And then you have one shot. Also, if you can get up behind them anyway, it's better. If they see you, they will, they've been notorious for like running into rivers and falling off and dying. Mm-hmm. So you just have to, if you listen, you'll hear where they are and you can hear them a pretty far distance away. Mm-hmm. But like if you run aimlessly through the night, you're more than likely you're going to get stung.
So I think we may have time for a bonus one.
Okay, go ahead.
And this is more of a question to you. It's kind of more speculation, actually. So if you are playing with a friend, we already know that you can keep whatever you find. What do you think, personally, is the best way to utilize someone playing with you on your island?
The best way to utilize somebody playing on an island, if it's going to be a situation where it's like, hey, come in and help me, and I want you to work with me. One thing that we've never been able to do is pass items. So if I caught a bug, I can't give you the bug. But we're seeing here that you could store bugs outside. You could store fish outside in the containers, right? So if that's the case, right, and I'm doing this, I would say to you, like, hey, would you want to come over and help me fish? You want to help me catch bugs? And 2 people attacking is better. Now, here's the thing. If you want to catch beetles, this is the most ideal thing you do. You bring someone over at night, and that person's job is to scare bugs away that are in the upper parts of the land. Mm-hmm. When I created a money beach back on the 3DS, the idea was this. You are only going to have so many bugs rendered at one time. So if there's a butterfly, that's taking away from a potential beetle. Mm-hmm. If there's an ant, that's taking away from a potential beetle. If there's a grasshopper, taking away from a potential beetle. So what you want to do is you want to have that other player running around up top, scaring the other bugs. Because every time you scare one away, a new one spawns. And that new one could potentially be a beetle. So what you do is you bring one person in to scare away bugs while the other person is on the beach catching the beetles off the palm trees.
This is the advice I need.
This is it, man. This is it. This is how you do it.
I love it.
So there you go. That is all. Peace out, Preston.